How am I going to talk about parental alienation when I just admitted that I abandoned my kids? The video you're referring to was the one I posted on Mother's Day apologizing for abandoning my children. And what that video was apologizing for their experience from their perspective. Their experience was their mom abandoned them. Their mom just up and left and said bye. And it has taken me that long to put myself in their shoes to see that from their perspective. My perspective, however, is parental alienation. Now, at some point down the line, my children and I, hopefully, maybe one day, get together and talk about our experiences and cross-reference them to come to an understanding of what happened. There are still things that I know for a fact my children don't know because I've mentioned here and there just little bits and pieces that they had no idea about, and I know there's so much more they don't know. That doesn't mean that their experience isn't valid. That doesn't mean that they didn't experience their mom abandoning them, because that was absolutely what happened in their eyes. Absolutely. Yes, that's what I was apologizing for. My experience, like I said, is parental alienation, though. That does not mean one is right and one is wrong. It doesn't have to mean that. What that video was me taking accountability and apologizing for their experience. And I've read this once before. Apologizing doesn't necessarily mean the other person is right and you are wrong. It means you value their feelings more than your own ego. You are able to validate their feelings and hurt more than the technicality of the issue. Even if what you did was innocuous, the point is it still hurt them. That's what's important. I took responsibility for their experience. I wanted to validate their feelings because they were very real. Their mom abandoned them in their eyes. They don't know the whole context of the situation. They don't know my experience from the situation. They don't know anything of my experience of the situation. They have no idea the lengths I went through to try and see them, to talk to them. That does not mean either one is right or either one is wrong. So as far as me, maybe I should be exploring that. I can assure you I have. I've explored way more routes than you could even fathom. But I think regardless if I'm right or wrong about parental alienation, I've put the time in to study it, to research it, to work with other families, to work with court systems with other families, to have the experience I do to share. So even if I did or didn't experience it, which I did, but even if I hadn't, I still have that knowledge and experience to talk about it. I hope that helps.